So today's video is all about fixing the GS550 tank. It's been off the road, or it's been out of action, out of build, whatever you want to call it, for ages now. Reason being is that the fuel tank has little tiny pinholes, so all the vapour and everything goes out of it. So that needs to be fixed. So we have this POR15 fuel tank repair kit here. Comes with a marine cleaner, or a cleaner degreaser, what they call it, metal prep, and the actual fuel tank sealer itself. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. The tank itself needs to be stripped, the paint on the outside needs to be stripped down. I'm painting a different colour, as you know, so here it is at the moment, all stripped. That's going to be in next week's video when I'm painting and everything, but this is where we're at the moment. So a few little bits that I need to do. I need to remove the fuel petcock at the bottom, fill that in with some of this, it says, some duct tape. How reliable it's going to be, I don't know, but that's what they tell you to use. And put the fuel cap back on, and then we can seal it. So first of all, we need the cleaner degreaser. It says to mix 1 unit of this with 1 unit of warm water, so that's what we'll do. But first of all, let's get the fuel petcock off. Right, so there we have it. How much I trust this, I don't actually know, so I'm going to keep a really good eye on that. Obviously, everything needs to go in through there, so I'm going to leave that open for the time being, and then I can close it back up with the actual fuel cap, wherever that is, in this mess. There we go. Close that back up. I might probably need a new rubber seal actually for the MOT, but heck, do that for now. So 1 unit of this with 1 unit of warm water there. Right, so I need to roll that now, roll and shake it for 20 minutes. I've got 19 minutes left. I've already noticed that there's a leak down here, so I don't know if this will actually do the job. I think it might need something a bit more than that, but heck, I can give it a go anyway and see what happens. So, having shaken the tank for about 20 minutes yesterday, maybe a bit more actually, got everything out from it, so all the rust, all the gunk, all the grease, everything that you don't really want in your tank out of it. But what I did find is that through this little hole here is a leak. So all my, well, solution, the alkaline solution, was coming out through there yesterday. Not so much this side, but definitely on this side, which is why all the vapour and everything was coming out before, because filler does not stop fuel, it just gets eaten by it. So I'm hoping that this POR15 will actually do the job. It's a really fine line in what size hole it can fix. So if this fails, then I'm going to have to go back to welding and all sorts, but not a big deal because I've already cleaned the tank, there's no fuel in it, so welding it will be safe. Metal prep. Time to add this in. Read the instructions quickly. I think you just put this in neat, turn it for about 20 minutes, then you need to rotate it for the next 2 hours after that, so you make sure that you get all the solution in. So what this does is that it prepares your metal ready for sealer, but also gets rid of all the alkali. So I'm guessing this might be a bit acidic, and it sort of neutralizes and levels out the pH inside the tank for this to work. So let's do that. So I'm gonna have to wait for 2 hours now I haven't got anything to do. I've got a lot to do actually, but I'm gonna clean the workshop. Right, so what I've got to do now is rinse it out with lukewarm water, thoroughly rinse it out, then I've got to let it dry. So the best way to do that is leave it overnight to begin with. It's pretty hot in the workshop here, so if I leave it overnight, it should be done, and then I can put a little bit of an air gun and all sorts on it. So, warm water. We'll leave it in here overnight, let it dry, and we'll tackle it tomorrow with this and see if it actually does what it says on the tin. And so the last part of it now is to put this in, the fuel tank sealer. It's been drying overnight. I've put a hairdryer in it, I've done all sorts. I've tried to dry it out as best as I can. Hopefully it's there. It's here. The main parts I need to seal is this side here and the other side. What I might actually do first is just sand that down, put a little bit of this on the outside, see if that'll help, and then sort of pour half. It tells you to put it all in at once, but what I might do is pour half in, let it go in there, on that side, turn the tank over, pour the other half in and let it do that side, so it sort of coats evenly. I don't know how well it spreads inside. So with that all done, you can take this off now, take that off, drain whatever's left. You can't leave them there for too long because it might fill up your fuel petcock and your sort of screw holes and everything. So let's take this off and let's see what there is. I mean, there's actually plenty in there. There's like a quarter of a tub just come out, so I mean, for good measures I might as well put it back in and try again. You know, another coat isn't going to do any harm, is it? And all we can do now is just let that drip drain. I'll come back in about half an hour, make sure that it's all dripped and everything. You're supposed to leave it 30 minutes to drip. And then I'll clean it all, clean the fuel petcock area and the little screws as well, make sure that I can put everything back in. But I think that's done. And that's that. That's all this video is. So all we're doing now is literally watching paint dry. If you have a look in there, you can see that the tank has been lined and it's actually looking quite nice. I'm letting it drip from down below there. All the drips have stopped, so that's good. And I've also put some of it crudely on the side there just to see if that'll help a bit more. I need to let this dry now. 96 hours it says, that's 4 days. I can't put any fuel in it until then. I probably can't spray it until then because the cellulose primer might react with what's on the outside and even seep into the inside and react with that. So what I can do on the next video is sand all this down, make the tank look respectable and get it ready to be spray painted. So hopefully by a week today, the video week today will be this tank turning blue. As usual, if you like what you see, subscribe and you'll be notified about next week's videos, and as well follow me on Instagram. So I'll see you next week.